Yeah.
I just turned 23 in April, so we're pretty much the same age.
23?
Yeah, yeah.
You actually look very pretty, very gorgeous, and very stunning. Would you mind if I ask something personal about this Cambly app?
Go ahead.
How much income are you getting? Like, so how are you doing,
So
ma'am?
hi. I'm great. How are you?
Yeah, so far so good.
Okay, great. So since it's our first class today, I want to do like a little introduction class, also a self-introduction of myself. I'm guessing that you checked out my profile, but even if you did, I'm going to give a little
Definitely,
introduction.
I
Yeah.
did.
So my name is Alexandra, Alex for short, and as you have already found out through my profile, I'm from Toronto, Canada, but right now I'm living in Serbia. And yeah, on my video, it says that I'm finishing my master's degree right now, that I'm a student. But I have only a few days left, so basically I'm done with my master's degree. It's
So what
changed
kind
a
of
bit.
works are you doing at the moment, ma'am? Like, what kind of works are you doing?
Yeah, so I am finishing right now, like 10 days left till my, well, it's like basically we write this essay, and then after that we give a presentation based on the essay that we write, and that's how we get
Mm-hmm.
our final grade for our master's degree here in Serbia in my module. So I'm preparing my presentation and everything. It's going to be in front of like a whole jury in front from the university, and that's what I'm doing right now. But also I'm looking for any kind of like internship work that I can get, yeah, to
Oh,
to have like work experience for my CV.
okay,
Yeah.
I got you, ma'am, I got you. So how's it
Yeah.
going on? Like, is everything going accordance to you, or like just you?
Yeah, well, more or less. I did apply for another university in a different country, and I wasn't
Mm-hmm.
accepted, but doesn't matter. I had a plan B anyway, so I'm going with plan B. Yeah,
And how
but
about this work, ma'am, right now, like on Cambly, if you're teaching and being paid off, like might be handsome salary?
yeah, well, I'm not really like the work that I'm doing right now is like my last one was not paid. The one that I will be doing
Uh-huh.
now is going to be a paid like internship, but it's not going to be paid very much. So Cambly is my main source of income, and
Uh-huh.
yeah, I mean it's I like it. It's nice. It's a nice part-time job, I guess you can say.
Exactly, ma'am. Definitely.
Yeah.
It's like it's up to you when you want to be coming onto this platform and can teach anyone.
Yeah, yeah. It's I mean, it's very good in that sense where there's a lot of freedom.
Hmm.
And also you're like sure there's they have like give you the rules and you know how
Ma'am,
much
would
you
you
get paid
mind?
for everything.
Would you mind if I ask something personal about this Cambly app?
Yeah, go ahead.
Like how much income are you getting? Like what kind of paychecks are you getting? It is basically dependent on the classes that you take or
Yeah,
something
exactly.
fixed structure.
No, it depends on how many classes. Exactly.
But it's still like it's okay payment or something that you are getting like a handsome paycheck.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's pretty
It's
solid.
okay.
It really depends on how much you choose to work, which is, I think,
Uh-huh.
good. Yeah, I think it's good because it really depends on that. So I'm doing as much as I can while studying. So, I mean, I'm pretty satisfied. I think Cambly is a very good profile. I think it's also good for the tutors and also very good for the students that are on Cambly because, I mean, you get a variety of teachers that you can choose and practice from, different speaking styles and
Indeed, ma'am.
vocabulary, use of vocabulary and everything. So, yeah.
Definitely, definitely. I acknowledge
Yeah.
that, ma'am. And
Okay.
like
So,
especially making the conversation with Cambly teachers. One thing I want to appreciate that they always keep smiling, and this smiling, like the smile that they have on their face is something that I'm being fascinated of that.
yeah, I mean, I guess because this is kind of like a platform, it's not a mandatory job where for teachers in schools they kind of have to show up and then at some point they lose the will. Here, if you lose the will, you can like shut down for a week. I mean, I don't know
Definitely.
if people do that. I don't, but you know, it gives you that kind of freedom there. So I think it's a good platform, and I think that if somebody decides to teach on Cambly, that they should, you know, give as much as they can while they're holding the classes, because they also determine how long they work. And yeah, I mean, it's all up to them. They can't be mad at
Exactly.
anyone
Mhm.
else except at themselves. So I think it's a very good platform, and that people should give as much as they can of themselves. Okay,
Exactly.
so can you
Yeah.
give me a little self-introduction?
But little, okay, ma'am. Because every
Yeah,
time,
sure.
like it's monotonous to give the same introduction all the time.
I
So
know, but I do want to get to know you a bit at
exactly,
least,
exactly.
right?
That's why
Yeah.
little.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see my name, Vikas Shukla. All
Yeah.
right, and I'm a student as well as teacher. So currently
Mm-hmm.
pursuing BTech. Well, I'm like I am on the verge of completing this final year.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and on top of that, I've been teaching kind of physics and maths subjects.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, ma'am. Like to be just independently free, like having the confidence to do all the things by my own, rather than taking the, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
And
what I'm doing. That's why I'm on Cambly as well. The
exactly.
same.
And I'm
Yeah.
22 right now, ma'am. I'm 22.
Mm.
I'm just 22 actually.
You just turned?
Yeah. Like I was having my birthday on 20th June.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I just turned 23 in April, so we're pretty much the same age.
23?
Yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh. That's great, man. Today, I was using kind of Clubhouse application, and I got to know like there was a girl, and I called her like ma'am. So one of the
Mm-hmm.
boys told me that rather calling ma'am, you should be calling miss. Like it sounds that someone is very older to you, very older if you call ma'am to anyone.
Yeah. Miss is more universal. Basically, it's just kind of if you respect someone, you use Miss. And ma'am is, yeah, it's kind of a bit for older people.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Especially when you're talking to a younger one like you.
Mm,
So I should be
yeah.
calling ma'am, but I have been habituated of this. So
Yeah. I know, it's hard to
subconsciously,
change habits. Mm, it's hard to change habits. It takes time. But yeah, I mean, you can work on it for sure if it's something that you want to change. I, for instance, care much how you call me. I used to at some point when kids started calling me lady, and I was like,
oh, really?
yeah, and I was like, I'm not that old. Thank you,
Oh,
child. But that hurt me. It's like,
I can
but
feel
then
that. Definitely. Like
I got used to it.
lot of children do speak like uncle to even to me, and I don't feel
Mm,
from which angle do I look like an uncle. It
yeah,
happens.
yeah, yeah. Children, it's very funny because children have no perspective of age. Like, for instance, you have those kids that call me miss, ma'am, lady. And I'm like, ugh, okay. But then you also have kids, like recently, um, an 8-year-old and an 11-year-old told me that I look 15. I'm like,
Uh,
yeah, it's like that's almost 10 years less than my actual age.
you actually look very pretty, very gorgeous, and very stunning.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. But no, it's like this whole, then you have, it's just this whole thing, children that call you ma'am and lady, and you're like, oof, I'm not that old. And then you have these children that are like, they asked me how old I was, and then when I told them that I was 23, they were in shock because they were convinced that I was around 15 years old. I'm like, that's
Uh-huh.
almost 10 years less than I actually am. But thank you. Yeah.
That sounds good,
Okay.
ma'am.
You were a bit, yeah, it's just you were a bit late with the class, and I have another class scheduled, and she's calling me right now. Is it okay that we cut the class short by
Uh,
2 minutes? Because you were a
okay,
bit
ma'am.
late.
I
Yeah.
can feel that. I can feel that. Not an issue, ma'am.
Yeah, I'm sorry. If you want to book another class, it was great talking to you, and I'm definitely open whenever you want. If my schedule is free, please call again. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that, ma'am, for
It's
giving your
very
time
nice
here.
meeting. It was very nice meeting you. Okay.
Me too, man. Thank you.